What's up, y'all? It's your boy Mike coming at y'all with another video. Now, this video late as hell because I told you I had a cold and I'm getting over the cold. But this morning, well, yesterday morning, I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling it at all. Like, I can't even say that I was necessarily really nauseous, but I just felt good. And I started to eat a little bit, and I started feeling a little bit better. It still took a while for me to feel, fully better and whatnot. But y'all, so this one is gonna come out sometime today when I upload it, and then it'll be another one. So this one will be 17 and 18, or whatever. So okay. Anywho, this video, I said the last one was gonna be too long, but this one really ain't gonna be too long because I want to go back and lay down, and I need to catch up on some people's YouTube channels stuff I ain't watched yet. So in this video, I'm going to talk about relationships. Now, I've had a few relationships here and there. I've had let me see. As far as serious relationships, like 3. Excuse me. The present one I'm in now, the one with my ex, his name is Stefan. And then I had one with this boy named Brandon, who, let me give y'all a little story on Brandon real quick. Brandon was my boyfriend when, I forget how old I was, but he was my boyfriend. I was teens, maybe 17, 18, I don't know, I can't remember exactly. But he was my boyfriend. We met on a website, Black Planet. If you remember Black Planet, that's where we met. Now, I had my pictures. I had a few pictures of me posted on there, so he knew what I looked like. And one day we planned to meet. I said, okay, well, me and my best friend are going to the mall this weekend. So you come meet us at the mall, and we go to the movies. And he had his people bring him up there. So when he came to the mall, I saw him, and I'm like, I'm right here. We were sitting down. Excuse me, y'all, I'm tired. But we were sitting down across from this store called the Children's Place, and Macy's was behind us. But at the time, I think it might have still been Marshall Fields. So he saw me, and he was like, "Oh, hey," and then I was like, "Well, we done here at the mall. We can walk over to the movies." We went to go see Walking Tall with The Rock. So when we got to the movies, we had to wait. We got our tickets, but we had to wait because it didn't show for about another half hour, 45 minutes. So we was waiting, and he was on his phone. He had one of them old Nokias. You remember them Nokias where you could take the faceplate off and change the faceplates on the phone? He had one of them. So he this will turn into a story time / relationship video, by the way. But he he was like, I can't hear him, step outside. I'm like, okay, whatever. But before he did that, he was on the phone, he was kind of laughing and chuckling a little bit. So me and my best friend at the time, we was looking at each other like, okay, maybe his cousin saying something funny. And I knew one of his cousins, but I don't think that's who he was on the phone with. But anywho, so yeah, when I found that he came back in, and he was laughing when he came back in, and he went back out, and it had come almost time for the movie to start or whatever. And he didn't come back in, so we went outside to look for him, and we didn't see him. So we walked to the side of the building, didn't see him. Kind of walked to the side, we didn't see him nowhere. So I'm like, I think he left. Now, I ain't gonna say my feelings wasn't hurt, because they were. Because one, if you didn't like how I look, which I'm sure that was the reason. If you didn't like how I look, when you see my pictures, that and you could, I still have my Black Planet page to this day. I don't get on it. Every now and then I might get on Black Planet. It's a friend that I had that I met on Black Planet who lives in Vegas. And like, even though we was internet friends, like we became like so close, like we exchanged numbers and everything. Like we would talk, like we were like friends. Like I would call him all the time. He'd call me. You know, we'd be hitting each other up on AIM, AOL Instant Messenger. Y'all remember that? Yeah, I'm showing my age. YIM, Yahoo Instant Messenger. Like we would always talk. We would email each other or stuff like that, but we was just friends. He was cool. Like, and we had even planned up, you know, one day I come visit Vegas, we meet up, hang, all that good stuff. Cause he was cool. He was like he was becoming like one of my good friends. And we had been talking online for at least, I want to say 3-4 years. So we had got to know each other really well. And he was cool. So that's about the only time I would get on Black Planet, just to see if maybe by some stroke of luck he gets on there and hits me up, because my name on Black Planet has never changed. It's been the same name since I created the page back when I was in high school. So yeah, the dude ended up leaving or whatever. Dude's name was Brandon. I can't think of his last name, but his name was Brandon. So I hit his cousin up one day on hold on, y'all. Okay, I had his cousin up one day on, I think it was either AIM or YIM, because I had his cousin Pancho on both of them. So he was like, I feel bad, because he was like, that's how my cousin is. For whatever reason, he didn't like you, and he left. He said, I feel bad because I thought you was cool. Cause me and the cousin used to talk, you know, just like friends. We wasn't talking like, you know, relationship wise, nothing. But he was like, that's how my cousin is. He was like, and I feel bad. He's like, I'm apologizing to you, because he's not gonna say nothing. It's just over, so you can just, you know, I'm just letting you know that's him. And he was like, it don't make it right or whatever, but that's him. So excuse me, y'all, my leg was itchy. But so yeah, that happened. And my best friend at the time, her mama came to pick us up, because a lot of times my mom would drop us off and her mom would pick us up, or her mom would drop us off and my mom would pick us up from wherever we was going. And so when she picked us up, her mom was like, well son, how'd it go? I said, he ditched us. Like, he came, we walked over here to the movies, he met us at the mall, walked over here to the movies. You know, I told her the whole situation about him being on the phone. He couldn't hear, you know, reception was bad or whatever. He went outside, came back, he was laughing high. He went back out. You know, it was about time for the movie to start. So we went out and looked for him, and he was nowhere to be found. She's like, do you know where he lived? I'm like, I just know he lived deep west side. I think he was like Evergreen area. If you're from Michigan, you know what I'm talking about. If you're from Detroit, you know what I'm talking about. So she's like, so you don't know where he lived? I'm like, no, I just know he lived deep west side. She's like, because we're going to shoot his house up. She was serious as hell, because she kept carrying a piece on her. So she was serious as hell. We was going to ride up in her black truck if I had known his address, and we was going to shoot that bitch up. Seriously. So after him, I had like a few little just like internet relationships with people that I met that I would talk to on the phone, this, that, and third. One guy who was kind of serious, his name was Jeremy. That didn't last long. He came to my house, and my mama, she never didn't love me, but she would have preferred if I was straight. But she met Jeremy, and she just couldn't deal with it. So and then I didn't like Jeremy like that, because Jeremy to me was a fool. Like, he had friends that was like taking advantage of him. Like, he had brought friends cars and shit like that. Like, they were literally taking advantage of him, but he wouldn't do shit for me. And I wasn't trying to take advantage of him, but I feel like if we're in a relationship, and I'm like, you know, I ask, like, and I'm not the type of person that asks for much. You know, I could be like, babe, can I have $5 just so I can go get me a sub from Subway or something? That's the type of person I am. I don't like to use people. Now, I'll get to the sugar bear in a minute. But yeah, so Jeremy didn't last long. So he wasn't. That's why I said I've only been in like 3 major relationships. So now I'm gonna get to my boyfriend Stefan. I met him on Interactive Mail. He was from Detroit. He worked at the Chrysler plant my daddy used to work at. He was a janitor there. And so we had been talking on the phone, and one day he was like, okay, well, after I get off work, I'm going to come meet you. I'm like, okay. So I was with my friend Treese at her baby daddy house, which was just a couple of doors down from me, where I stayed. And I'm like, well, I'm about to go meet him, but I told her where we was going to be at. So, you know, if I needed to shoot a quick text or something, you know, like pull up, her baby daddy was gonna pull up, and he was gonna pull up with either the K or the AR-15 just in case, you know. But he wasn't that type of dude, and so we walked up the main street from my street, Gratiot for a minute. Then we walked up my street. We didn't go to my house. I didn't want him to know exactly where I lived at. I said I live in the next block. That's all he needed to know. He didn't know a house, address, nothing. So we stopped at this house that my brother friend used to stay in or whatever. That was a damn gnat. But so we stopped there and sat on the porch. Nobody lived there at this time. They had been moved. Well, yeah, his friends had been moved. Then there was some other people that moved in there, and then they moved, and they had been abandoned for some years. So we sit on the porch and we just kissed and talked for a minute, and then he was like, all right, you know, I gotta go now because I need to get home to my apartment or whatever. And I'm like, okay, well, just, you know, call me when you get home. We can talk when you get home. So everything was good. I went. I think I went back home because American Idol was on, and I was kind of missing it. And this is when I was like die-hard American Idol fan. So I went back home and I called my friend and tell her what was what, and she was like, okay, well, I'm glad you said it. I'm glad you didn't have to send that text, basically, like, so that was when I met Stefan. And me and him, we did it for a while after that. He hadn't come to my house yet, but I would go to my best friend's apartment at the time, and he would come see me over there. And my mama seen him a few times, and she'd be like, you know him? I'm like, yeah, I know him. She's like, oh, who is he? I'm like, that's my friend. You know, she's like, I'm like, look, lady, I'll see you in a few days, because when my best friend was with her baby daddy, not her husband, her baby daddy, she's had this apartment, and I used to be over there all the time. Like, I'll be over there for weeks, a month at a time, and he would come see me over there, and she had no problem when he would come see me over there. You know, we hang, do we do? He spend the night. You know, she be in her room, we been in the room. She didn't mind if we, you know, consummated the relationship and whatnot. And so, me and him, we did it for a good while, and then everything was going good, but it came to a point. One night we went out, and he was kind of mad at me because me and her baby daddy, we was at Big Boys. If y'all know what Big Boys is, it ain't no real fancy type restaurant. So we had Big Boys, and I'm cracking jokes, and so was her baby daddy. But he told me I didn't know how to act, and I was being childish and immature, and just, I'm just having fun. Like, I'm not being loud and ignorant, but, you know, amongst us at this table, I'm, you know, cracking jokes and just, you know, being myself. That's who I am. So the relationship ended or whatever. This video is getting a little lengthy, but I decided to add some more stories into it, then we get to relationships, so you can see, you know, what I've been through, whatever. So, was it after him or before him? Okay, so me and him, we were still together for a minute after that, but then he broke up with me because he felt like I didn't have nothing going, like I didn't want a job or anything like that, which that wasn't the case. I'm a person who likes to work. When I can find a job, I work. I'm not one of them people that don't work. Right now I'm not working, and it's killing me. But 2020 is a new year, fresh start. I'm trying to get things in my life situated so that I can be working to the point to where I can say, okay, I don't need to work now, and I can have some things going for myself so that I can be my own boss. Me and him can have our own thing. So me and him broke up, but we used to stay in contact. We were still good friends, and he had told me once that I was the one person that he would never forget, this, that, and the third, and that he still had love for me, this, and the third, and we just kept contact over the years. There was a couple times when we lost contact, but we found each other on Facebook, and we would talk, from time to time, and then I had messaged him one day and was like, I really miss you, can we try to, do this again? And he was like, yeah. So we was talking every day, whether it was text or messenger, whatever. We was talking every day, this and the third, and it was going good. Then one day out of the blue, the calls become fewer and fewer, texts become fewer and fewer, and it just comes to a screeching halt. It was like, stop! And there was no carry on like the drop in the Nicki Minaj and Beyonce song, Feeling Myself. So one day, I say maybe a month and a half later, I get a message from him saying, hey, sorry, I'm engaged. Oh. Whoa. This was before the war was even out, but in essence of it, I had to hit the wall. This was way before the war. But anywho, so I'm like, oh, okay, I had to put on that fake face and like, hey, congratulations or whatever. And that was the end of that. And needless to say, the person that he left me for, they're not even together anymore. Got married and all that. But I done had little other relationships here and there. My friend Lauren hooked me up with this dude, Roderick. But it seemed like every time I wanted to see him, he was busy because he was a pediatrician. Every time I wanted to see him, he was busy. And every time he wanted to see me, I was busy. So it's like it just never worked out. And it was one time he was supposed to come over my house at night. Like, we had been out all day barbecuing. So I went in the house. I'm like, I haven't helped him out on barbecue. So I was sweaty, stinky. So I went in the house, fixed my hair up, put some nice clothes on, was all outside. He told me he rode up the street and couldn't stop. But so that was some bullshit. And I didn't blame my friend for it, because he never showed her that side of himself, whatever, that third. So me and him, we talked for a while, and then I get an email from this girl telling me she pregnant with his baby and she having triplets. I said, bitch, I will kick every one of them babies out of your motherfucking stomach and you won't have shit. Yeah, that was petty of me, that was childish of me, but I said it, and I didn't feel bad about it at the time. So, needless to say, me and him, we broke up. That was over. But he wasn't in an important relationship, but I just felt like that was something that needed to be shared. So I said, Brandon, Steven, who else was it? I'm trying to think. If you want to include girls, I had a long relationship with a girl too, for years. Didn't work out between us, but we are, to this day, we like this. We the best friends. She knows how I am, not who I am now. She respects me for it. She do her thing, but we are so cool, so close. Matter of fact, I talked to her today, and we so cool and close. So, but the third relationship, who was it with? I did date this dude, Michael, for a while, and we were supposed to have met up, but the reason that I ended it with him, because I don't have anything against, feminine men, but he was, I like a little more masculine men. I'm feminine enough myself, but I like a little bit more masculine. He was just he was like a whiny crybaby. I couldn't deal with that. Like, it became too much, and I'm like, you know, if that's who you are, fine. But I personally can't deal with that. And he be on the phone. Then his mama was a bitch, flat out. She was a bitch. So, and then that all worked itself out. So now, you know, like I said, I done had a lot of like internet relationships, this and third, people with all these promises, oh, we gonna be together, this and third, and shit don't work out. So now I'm tracked to the relationship that I'm in now. It's going well. I'm not saying we're perfect. We do have, you know, little spats here and there. I'm not easy sometimes, and he have his little things that he deal with sometimes, and we bump heads sometimes. But I'm still here. He's still here. We go to neutral corners, and one of us is gonna give and apologize. I give, he give, and we make sure we good, and we're fine. So, the relationship I'm in now is the best relationship I've ever been in. Not to say that the relationship with my ex, Stefan, wasn't great, because it was at one point. But the one in there, that's the one. I love him to death. So, I don't really tell y'all much about him because he's going to be in video. So, y'all will learn everything y'all need to learn about Sugar Bear in time. So, a little bit of relationship advice. I'm never going to tell anybody don't meet anybody offline, because I mean that's what it is now. That's how a lot of people meet. Do that, but just be careful. Look for signs, because there are people out here that are scammers. Never, if somebody is from Africa especially, don't put no stake in that. Don't give them none of your information. They just trying to get over here, or they're gonna try to get something from you. It's always a scam, so be mindful of that. Any foreigners, but I've noticed a lot of Africans, especially from like Ghana, they just be trying to get over here, and they be trying to use you periodically. That's what it is. So internet dating is a good thing. Those apps, they work too. Some of them are a little more thirst traps, like Grindr, Scruff. A little bit more thirsty apps. I'm not saying that them apps can't work, because there's somebody, I think it's a YouTuber I follow, they met somebody on Grindr, and they're like in a long-term relationship. So there are some people that are on there that may actually be on them thirsty apps, that may actually just be looking for something real. So yeah, internet dating, you know, dating apps, I wouldn't say totally dismiss those and throw them away just because you heard some bad stories. You have to be mindful, and you know, and you have to assess things for yourself. Two, that's, you know, avenues of getting in a relationship. And I will say this, like I said, I don't personally like feminine men myself for dating, but if ever, you know, well, not now because I'm in a relationship, but if I was single and ever there was one that came along, and actually I had a friend who was pretty feminine, and I really liked him, like I would have dated him, but he just felt it would have been better for us to be friends, and I had no chance to respect that, because I would rather us be friends than it to be awkward between us. So I'm like, okay, I understand, you know, I get it. So I never say never is what I mean. So like, if somebody may not be something your norm of dating or whatever, give it a try, because you just never know. While you out here looking for the one that is your type, you could be passing up on somebody who is that one. Like, seriously. And what's the third thing? Oh, looks don't matter, and honey, looks fade. Let me tell you. You could get with the person that is all buff and six-packed up and fine and sexy and all that, and he can treat you like shit. And then you passed up on plain Joe over there, who got a little pudge, a little heavier face, you know, you passed up on him for Rico Suave over there. Now he willing to give you the world, and this dude won't give you a quarter to put in your gas tank. Yeah, you still want to be with this nigga, and you got this other nigga, this other dude over here, that's the one, but you rather stay with this bum ass motherfucker. Looks fade, and looks are not everything. I know plenty of people who have been in a relationship with fine men, and they have been done wrong. Then they get in a relationship with somebody, you know, it's a little more plain, not necessarily, you know, the sexiest man alive or whatever, and treat them like gold. For example, a former friend who has dated her share of nice looking men, and she married somebody, you know, that she herself said, you know, ain't really what she go for, but they're good. I mean, you know, everybody have, you know, little ups and downs, but they solid. They still together. They still in their marriage. You know, I'm not friends with this person, but I can say that, you know, they try to do what they have to do to stay together. So, yeah. Always remember, looks are not everything, and they fade. If you're gonna be with somebody, you got to know that sometimes, like I said, it's not gonna be perfect. Y'all might have, you know, y'all ups and downs, but when y'all do, it's best to just separate, go to neutral corners for a minute, you know, woosah, come back, and get that unit back to what it's supposed to be again, get strong again. That's perfect advice right there. Because we all know it's not all going to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect. But if you can get through those little rough patches, that's the best thing to do if you want to have the relationship. What's another good piece? Oh, sex on the regular. You got to have sex on the regular. Because trust me and mine, it had been a while for some reason. I'm not going to talk all the reasons why it had been a while, but we got reacquainted today, let's just say. So yeah, that on the regular, it can keep a healthy relationship. I'm not saying it needs to be the only thing, because, you know, that can't totally keep a relationship. It can help, but it ain't going to totally keep it together. So you have to, you know, be mindful of that and do things like that. Do things together. Find interests that y'all have together. We have so many interests together. We both like gardening and plants. I've done it a little bit throughout my life, but not like serious as like now. So that's one thing we like together. And then I like gems and crystals and stuff like that. So we go to gem and crystal shows. Certain music that I like, I put him up on certain music that I like, see if he like it. And a lot of music that I listen to, he likes. He likes a lot of, you know, because y'all know he's white. He likes a lot of black music. He likes a lot of different artists. He likes Beyonce. He likes Rihanna. You know, he likes Nicki Minaj. One of his favorite Nicki Minaj songs is Her Majesty. Whatever you say, Mrs. Majesty. Oh, like that's his jam. Like, serious. Like on his Spotify playlist, that's like one of the top 3 songs. So find stuff that y'all can do together, things that y'all like, and combine things, you know, that you may like with things he may like, so y'all can, you know, like things that each other like that you may not have tried before or experienced before. That's another good thing, y'all. This video is getting kind of long, but all in all, if you take some of those tips and do those things, and, you know, just try to keep your relationship zen and centered and all that good stuff, you'll be happy. You will be. So y'all, I'm gonna end that video, or end this video, this video here. I want y'all to like, comment, subscribe. Turn on your post notification bell so you can be notified every time we're posting a video. Share this video with anyone, everyone you know, because we're trying to make something happen on this channel. I keep saying it, I'm going to keep saying it until it happens. Because good book says if you speak it, it shall be so. So I'm putting it out there into the universe. Alright, y'all. Deuces. Oh. This is 17, right? 18 is coming later. Like I said, I wasn't feeling it yesterday, so I had to just come and do something real quick. So, deuces.